It's always the skinny ones that scare me the most. I think that's why EmGo freaks me out a little bit.
Hey, what's up, my peoples? EmGo here, the freaking geek himself, and today we will be reviewing the Mastermind Creations Cynicus. So here we are, and there he is, and first and foremost, as always, we'll take a quick look at the packaging. So right here, you have a cool picture of Cynicus. On the top, you have Cynicus. On the bottom, you just have Warning! On the side, you just have Reformatted Cynicus, Reformatted Cynicus. On the back of the box, you have your obligatory product shots. He does this, that, the other, all that cool stuff. You can open up the front flap here, and there's where the figure would sit, and another piece of artwork there of Cynicus, and that's basically it for the packaging. And included in the packaging, you do get the obligatory third-party collector's card with a picture there of Cynicus, and on the back you get some tech specs, if that interests you. So there you have that, and of course you do get the instruction/comic. Flip it over, you get the comic book on the other side. And I complain about the cards in the comics, but here's the thing. I forgive Mastermind for doing it because their figures are good. So I forgive them for doing the cards in the comics because their figures are excellent. So they have their priorities straight. So, there we go. Here we have Cynicus. And if you read the IDW comics, you know who this is. This is Voss from the DJD. More comic book designs, and I love it. I love it. Bring me more. Bring me more. So here we have Cynicus, and as you can see, he's a big sniper rifle. And a pretty cool looking one, too. His color palette is, there's not a lot to it. It's just purple, grays, some of that, like a reddish, almost like a pinkish, some pinkish highlights here, pinkish reddish. I don't know. I'm always accused of being colorblind, so it's like a pinkish reddish color there for highlights throughout. And not a lot to it. I mean, he's a big gun. He's got the sight right up top, and yeah, he's a big gun. He's got these legs right here, little bipod with little feet. They are on ball joints, so they do have actually a nice range of movement to them, and this whole assembly right here is on a mushroom peg, so you can rotate this however you wish. And, that's it. It actually is a gun with some articulation, which is very, very weird. Now, he does have, obviously, posts back here, so figures can hold him. He has two posts, one on each side, so depending on whether you want your figure to be a lefty or a righty, you do have the option. One thing about this, though, is that it is hard to find figures that can actually hold this, because as you can see here, the top portion of the peg is a standard 5mm peg, and then it tapers into a smaller peg. And therein lies the problem, that the whole peg is not a 5mm peg, because most of the time, this post cannot go in far enough to where the hand can actually grip the 5mm peg. And I did find one figure. I wasn't going to go through my entire collection to see who could hold it, because that would take forever, but we have R.I.D. Bumblebee here, and he can hold him. And of course, you just have to, you have to flip up these bits right here for clearance, but he can hold it pretty well. And you can see the peg does go far enough that you can grip that the 5mm portion of that peg. And that's the thing, is that if you have a figure, most robots usually have the hand and then a giant block right behind it. So if your figure has that giant block behind the hand, guess what? This is not going to go far enough for him to be able to grip the 5mm part of this peg. You have to have figures where the forearm is pretty much level with the top of the hand. That's the only way it's going to hold this. So that's kind of an unfortunate thing. Obviously, they kind of designed this more for their own figures to hold. I think their fembots, I'm sure, can hold it, because I think their hands are the same size as Voss's hands. So yeah, the intent was there to make this, cross-compatible with your other figures, but the execution, not great. But, still, it's cool for what it is. It does what it needs to do. Still looks pretty cool. There also is another handle right here. Oops. I didn't want to unpeg that. You stay. There we go. You can bring this down, you have a secondary handle right there that's on a ball joint, so you can take it and angle it out and whatnot, so you can get a better grip on the gun here. I keep unpegging that, but there you go. So you do have multiple points, and again you have that same situation there with the 5mm portion at the top, and then it tapers into that smaller peg. So there you have that. Now if you notice, he has this bit right here that is pegged onto the side. This is just tabbed on with those two tabs into those two slots. This is an additional part so Feral Rex can hold this gun, your Not Predaking. And to do that, you just want to take these posts, you want to flip them up all the way. And get the other side too, flip it up all the way. And then split open the legs. And then you just take this, you want these grooves facing back. So you just take that and you just, you see there's a tab right in there. I don't even know if you can see it, but there is a slot right there. And you just line that up, plug that in, plug the legs back together, and there you go. So we can bring in the big boy here, the king, Feral Rex, Not Predaking, and you can't see him. You're looking at his knees. We just really need to see his hands here. And we can take Cynicus here. Probably not made for that hand. Oh, actually, if we rotate it, we can do that. Again, you need to make sure everything's flat and everything's level. Otherwise, it's not going to work. And you just want to get his fingers in there, line everything up, which I am doing a horrible job at, apparently. With the greatest of ease. Greatest of ease. Greatest of ease. Get in there, man. Get in there. Come on. I had this working the other day. I practiced and everything. I practiced. Now, it does have a tendency to want to push itself out, too. It's a little unfortunate, but once you get that tabbed in there and close his hands around it, close his fingers around it, rather, he does hold it securely. So, there you go. There you have Feral Rex with a big sniper rifle. Why not? Dare I say, why not? Because Lord knows he needs the firepower. He's so defenseless. So defenseless. So, there you go. So let's get the king out of the way here. And get back to focusing on Cynicus. So, yeah, there he is. He's a sniper rifle. Pretty cool. I dig it. I dig it very much. And the transformation, as you can see, you can basically see the whole robot right there. You can see legs, arms. You know, you can pretty much see what's going on here. But still some cool little tricks in the transformation nonetheless. So let's get down to the transformation, shall we? So let's just split the legs here. Remove this piece. We'll put this off to the side for now. We can open his heels back up. And then you just want to split his legs. And this piece right here just tabs in. You see this little tab right there and a post right there. And it just tabs into that little slot right there and that port right there on the inside of his legs. So you just undo that, and then you raise the sight up, and the sight just pegs in right there. And you just bring that down, get that out of the way. And the legs are very simple. You just rotate the hip inward, and then rotate the knee back out. Then you got a leg done. Second verse same as the first, just meow, and there you go. So you got that done. Now you want to take his arms and just untab them. They tab into the sides of the gun right here. Then you just take this whole assembly and you pull it out. We'll put that off to the side. Parts forming, worst toy ever. Anyway, once you've done that, you're going to take his whole torso section here and bring it up. You see it's on this double hinge here, a triple hinge actually. Right here, or actually a hinge and two ball joints. Right there. Then you're going to come back here and you're going to take this section and you're going to split it. And this will come down and come around to the front, and then this section will also come down, come around to the front, and you see the two posts right there will plug in right there, and boom, that becomes his midsection. You can take his crotch plate and rotate it up. Right there, you can take his chest plate right here and just rotate that like that. Then you take his arms, just bring it down, rotate his arm forward at the bicep, bring his arm down, there you go, second verse same as the first, just bring that down, bring it around, bring that down. This bit right here, I like to just take it and put it up against his forearm like that. You can also, if you want it angled back, you can do that also, but I don't know. Me personally, I don't like the way that looks. I just have it like that. It's my preferred method. Again, your toy, do what you want with it. So once we have that done, you're just going to take his head, bring it up, bring his chin down here, rotate his head, and there you got that all done. And then we're going to move on to this whole little backpack section here. So what you're going to do here, you're going to take this armature right here, you're going to rotate this 180. Once you've done that, you're going to rotate this whole assembly. You'll see there is a little nub right there. You need a nub. And you're going to rotate this whole assembly here so that nub falls into that little notch right there. So just rotate that around. And I always end up knocking things into things, but you get the idea. And while you're doing that, that will go into a groove right there. And then you just bring that up so it goes into that notch. And you're going to take the sight here, rotate it so that the painted portion is facing forward, and then bring it down, and this will fit right over this nub right here. It's a nub. It's a nub. Wait a second. Do I have this backwards? I have this backwards. How dare I have it backwards? How dare I? I'm going to rotate that back around so it's like that. Then bring it back. There we go. Then you can rotate this, and now this will come down over the nub. There you go, little nub. Little nubbing. So there you have that. So then, you will take these two little tabs right here, and they will hook in to those slots right here in the center of his bag. So you just take that. And one thing to mention too is that if you don't connect the backpack, and the instructions actually say this too, if you don't connect the backpack, his upper torso has like a crazy range of movement because it is on a ball joint. So you get a lot of range of movement. And when you plug in the backpack, it does kind of hinder it. So again, just take that into account when you want to pose this guy. So anyway, just take that, push it in, and there you have that. And then you take this section right here, it'll slide out, then bring it forward, and then this part just comes forward like that, just plugged in, and we are basically done. So there is, oh, one thing you want to do too, you want to take the posts here and just flip them back down to fill out his calves, and there you go. There we go. There we have Cynicus, not Voss, in his robot mode, and I love it. I love the IDW designs. I love them so much. He's a very cool looking robot, just very lean and lanky, and just he looks creepy. He just looks creepy, and I dig it. I dig it so much. Getting closer on the head sculpt, very nice head sculpt. It's some nice paint work too. Very, very cool. And just, again, a nice design all around, and very, very cool representation of his design in the comics. Just very nice. And a very clean transformation, too. I mean, he ends up with a little bit of a backpack, but other than that, I mean, he looks awesome. He looks really, really awesome. Now, articulation-wise, this guy's full of joints. I mean, this guy has joints everywhere. On his head is on a ball joint, so you can get some good wiggly waggly action. You can look all the way up. His neck at the base is also on a joint, so you can you can totally do that. His shoulders have crazy range of movement because they're on a ball joint here, and they're also on a hinge here. This ball joint has lots of range of movement, and you can raise it up, you can bring it down. It does have forward and backward movement. The shoulders can go all the way up. Of course, you have full 360 movements. You do have a bicep swivel. These pieces right here are on a little disc here, so you can kind of move these around, and they're on a hinge, so you can angle them however you wish. Again, bicep swivel, double jointed elbows. His wrists are on ball joints, so you can get nice movement, nice full range of movement here. Again, he does have that upper joint. I mean, it is still usable. It's still usable. As you can see, you can get some crunch out of it. But obviously, if you disengage the backpack, you get a lot more range of movement. But there is still a good range of movement, even with the backpack clipped in. His waist is on a ball joint, so you get nice wiggly waggly action here. The hips are on a nice joint here, full range of movement, all the way forward, all the way back. Unfortunately, you can't go all the way out because he does have these bits here on his hips. But, you know, you can still pretty much get him in any pose you want. His knees are actually double jointed. They don't look like it, but they are double jointed. They're on a joint right here and up here. So he does have double jointed knees. So nice full range of movement there, as well as a swivel underneath the knee. And of course a thigh swivel. And his feet can pivot up and down. They do have crazy amount of ankle tilt. And you can wiggle his toes, you can wiggle his heels. So he is extremely poseable. There's not really many poses you can't put him in. And I've tried to put him in some crazy poses, and for the most part, I can get him in any pose I've wanted to get him in. So very, very cool. Just crazy, crazy poseable. Now, the handle here for Feral Rex can store in the same place as stored in gun mode. You can just take it and just boop, pop it on right there for storage. You can take his gun here. You can fold these down. You can't store this. There's a post right here that'll go into the port right there. And you can just take it, plug it in, so he can store everything on him, which is very, very cool. And of course, the gun itself can be held by Cynicus. Slide it into his hand, and he can hold his gun. So he has his own sniper rifle. He's a sniper rifle with a sniper rifle, so he can wield that. And if you don't want him holding this gigantic gun, well then you can just break this in half, and he can just have a smaller pistol, which is nice. So again, you have options for how you want to arm him, and that's really, really cool. So there you have that. And we'll just plug all this back together. And the mold for the gun itself is actually very nice. So we'll just bring this back. We'll just plug this back onto him, onto his back here. He's a backpacker. He's ready for anything. Oops. So some things came undone there. There we go. But yeah, very, very cool. He does come with some other accessories as well. Oops. Get your crotch straight, man. Get your crotch straight. It's not cool. Not cool at all. He does come with other accessories. He does come with an extra head. And this head, as you can see, has no face. It's a faceless head, but still has the same paint apps. But yeah, he has a faceless head because he has the faceplates right here. Now, unfortunately, they didn't actually paint this. They didn't paint the mouth plate or anything, which is unfortunate. But still, again, if you're good with a paintbrush, you can just pick this out with a little bit of silver and whatnot. But on the other side of his face, he does have all the spikes, which is pretty cool. Like just like in the comics, I think these were actually like little drills and whatnot. So yeah, he's extreme. He's extreme. So those are included, and of course you can just swap those right out. I don't display him with this because, you know, it's kind of silly, but still, you have the options. You do have display options, which is very, very nice to have overall. So there we go. Now, full comparison. There he is with Drag Strip. As you can see how he scales with a Combiner Wars Deluxe. So there he is with Drag Strip. There he is with Voyager Prime. Again, just for a sense of scale. What else? Here he is with this guy right here. This guy. Sorry. If you read the comics, you know why I'm saying this guy. But anyway. There he is. What else have we got? Here he is with Leader Megatron. Just because. See how he scales with the leaders. What else have we got here? Here he is with Leader Magnus. See how he scales with another IDW design. An official IDW design figure. And what else have we got? Here he is with Top Spin and Twin Twist, because they actually do make an appearance in the included instruction / comic. So here he is with Top Spin and Twin Twist. A freshly repro labeled Top Spin and Twin Twist. So there you go. So there you have it. There you have Cynicus, not Voss. Very cool figure. I really like this guy. I really like the design. Again, like I've said many times on camera, I love the IDW designs. I want toys of them. I want toys of them all. And Mastermind is going to be doing more members of the DJG. I almost went the whole review without my tongue doing that. Why? 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 Anyway. Mastermind is going to be doing more figures based on the DJD characters. And I'm very happy about that, and I will be picking those up because, like I said, I love these comic book designs, so keep giving me toys of them. I will buy them all. Very cool figure. Really, really like it. Very well done. Mastermind, again, knocked that out of the park. The only real flaw with the figure, like I said, him in gun mode, it's really hard to find other figures that can actually hold that gun mode. That's the only real flaw with the figure, unfortunately. But other than that, still a very nicely done figure. Looks really, really cool. Very creepy. He kind of has that Transformers Prime Soundwave vibe to him. And yeah, I like it. I like it very much. So, very cool figure. If you would like a Cynicus of your own, you can always check out BigBadToyStore.com for availability. There will be a link in the description down below, so do check it out. And I think that's pretty much it. So don't forget to check out EmGames, check out Lori Plan, follow me on Twitter, all of that good stuff down in the description below. And I think that's pretty much all there is to say. So there is the Mastermind Creations Cynicus, and this is EmGo saying, remember, you don't stop playing because you grow old because you stop playing. Be geek, be proud. Palm in your face. Oh, just one more quick thing I just wanted to tack on to the end of this review. The UPS guy just came with a package literally right after I got done recording this review, and I just figured I would answer this now because I think I've answered this question roughly 200 times in the past couple weeks, so I figured I could just put an end to it right now. There! I got him! And this is it. This is it. No Takara, no SDCC, no add-ons. Maybe a repro label set if they put out a nice set for him. That's all I'm getting. This is it. That's it. That's it. Reviews will be next week. So, there you go. Devastator. Yay! I'm really going to go now. Bye. Well, Optimus Prime, just so you know, my methods for extracting information have been deemed quite cruel, but yet very effective. Do your worst, Voss! I'll never tell you anything! Oh, really? Well, how about if I took your precious pizza bagels and I put them into the toaster oven for too long and burned them? I'll tell you whatever you want. Defense plans, access codes, whatever you want. Magnus is a brony. Prowl shoplifts. Wheeljack never invented anything. He just steals other people's ideas. Just please don't hurt the bagels.